Did y'all see episode 165 on Beyond the Gates today? Honey, I do love a good pickle too. Give him the recap, Shar.
Hey, this is your recap Aunty. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is Shar. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, babies. Hello, everybody. Hopefully, you are doing well. We are here, honey, as Grandma said, and right before this video, to go ahead and do a full recap of episode number 165 of what show? What you talking about, Beyond the Gates? The baddest show in my world. You know, y'all better stop tripping. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Let's go ahead and get this quick. Knock on this damn gate so they can let us in, so we can fix our chairs and sit the fuck down, so they can go ahead and entertain us. Right, right, all right. So y'all ready? I am sure as hell ready, baby. And I will begin this recap, honey, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I mean, we opened up with the gold chain, baby, and somebody doing some setups. I mean, hey Trey, what's going on? He busy, focused, baby. He in the zone doing his exercise, and we see Pamela coming there. Andre, hello, Andre. Of course, we had Danny's, decorating since girl. We all know that Danny's a house is just like she's just like a little bit of this and a lot of that. He was like, "Oh, Pamela. Oh, hey, Pamela. Hey." She's like, "Hey." He had his earbuds in, but we could hear the music. But as soon as he took the earbuds out, the music stopped. Okay. Oh, he said, "Oh, hey." He jumped up. "I hear you come in." He got on some gray sweats. She's like, "Apparently, no. I probably should have called first." Y'all know, ladies, what them men be looking at them, looking like in them gray sweats. He was like, "Yeah, that would have saved your ass a trip, cause Danny ain't here. Take your time, Andre. You ain't got to rush and put that shirt on, honey." Oh man, she must have left earlier when I was asleep, he tells her. That's fine, she says. I am not here to see Danny. I came to talk to you. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's an honor to be of service, Foster. So wait a minute. So now he's talking to Foster's talking to Bill now? What's the team? He said, yeah. Well, we had the law offices of Bill Hamilton Esquire, and he was like, yeah. Stop by anytime. We'll be happy, always happy to see you here. Danny skedaddles over there, and she, hello there. Did she knock on the door? No. Danny, what are you doing here? He says. She was like, wow. The appropriate response is, hello there. Is back at you. That is the appropriate response, sir. Or what incredible outfit you have on today, Danny, which it is a great outfit, baby. You already know I'm going to definitely have this shit on the screen. The stripes going horizontal. Yeah, horizontal, baby. It is bad. What are you doing here? Is no kind of greeting, Mr. Hamilton. Well, you give somebody a greeting when you want to welcome their asses in, not when you're about to throw them out. You know what, Bill? He's either hot or cold, baby. I swear he's a piece of work. Got the bop, 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 bop. Child, we at the hole in the wall. We see Randy sipping some coffee. I guess he didn't like that shit. And guess who pops the fuck up? Cuz. She comes in the room. Girl, you done gone through the damn parking lot. You know them cameras are on outside. Randy talking about the cameras are off, cuz. She looking all scared. Now you scared? Now that dress she got on her heifer. She wearing that now. That thing is nice. That's nice. I got to put that on the screen too. What the hell is your problem? She says to Randy. He was like, my coffee's cold and I got a stiff neck from sleeping wrong last night. Why? But something tells me that ain't what you talking about here. Brilliant deduction, she says. Okay, all right, he says, so you're angry. Wow, 2 for 2. Damn right I'm angry, she said. You completely screwed me over. Okay, Haley, he says, what the fuck did I do? You told Joey Armstrong that you and I is kicking it? We smashing? We having an affair? He said, oh, that. Yes, that nigga. We are at the country club. Joey and Vanessa are having brunch, I guess. He tells her, I still don't know why you thought this was a good idea. It's one thing to go to some out of the way place, but now you want to parade us around the country club? I mean, it's not like we haven't met here before, Vanessa said. He was like, look, you were my realtor, okay? Things have changed just a little bit since then. No one but us knows that, she says. I mean, to the outside world, I am simply having breakfast with a male associate. What's the big deal? He's looking at somebody. Based on the stares coming our way, I guess that people are about the exact nature. They're trying to wonder what the exact nature is about our relationship. And these women are like, bitch, what you doing sitting with him? I got to put them on the screen. Go ahead, sisters. She has like long silver locks, and the other girl is like got some braids. Hey, they kill well, they look like braids. Yeah, honey, we looking. Yes. She says, let them. I don't care. Edna and Margaret can use something more interesting to gasp about for a change. So which one is Edna and which one is Margaret? Y'all gave them Edna and Margaret? Really? I mean, last week they were up in arms about the hollandaise sauce. Well, that I can understand, he says, because hollandaise should be tangy and rich, with just a hint of lemon. Remember, he is a chef. Remember, he had his own IG page, and she was looking on his page when she found out he could cook. And as he's discussing that, we see Anastasia. We haven't seen her in like a month of Sundays, right? When she tried to come for Ted when Ted first found out about Eva, and she tried to drag them at the thing. Like I told y'all, they treated the lady so mean on one of the Beyond the Gates groups. That's why I peek in there a little bit, but I don't stay because they could be really crude and rude. So, but she coming in there looking at Joey like he's a piece of shit. He keeps talking and says, but the sauce on his eggs Benedict was overwhelmed with citrus and seasoning. I love it when you get all foodie, she says. Vanessa, honey, you should cook for me more often. Wait a minute, he says. Are you giving me the opportunity to indulge in my two favorite passions? Just name the time, baby, and the cuisine, he says. They were touching hands. So Anastasia came over there, Vanessa, darling, she says. Cute dress. So good to see you, Anastasia says. Anastasia, lovely as always. I mean, Anastasia. I gotta make that a long A, not short. Anastasia, lovely to see you as always. I was devastated to have missed Doug's memorial, she says. I was recovering from a little procedure at the time. Vanessa says, but my heart goes out to you, poor thing. Anastasia keeps talking. Why Joey is like, the fuck? I am beyond devastated at his loss. Thank you, Vanessa says. I had no idea that Doug meant that much to you, girl. Well, I can't pretend that we were close, Anastasia says, but even in passing acquaintance, it was unmistakable that your husband possessed a truly generous spirit. And the love between you two was, she takes a pause and looks at Joey. Undeniable, honey. He looking at her. Like one thing about Joey, he lets the women talk. He did it to Danny. He did it. Who else? Haley. He he will sit there. His silence speaks volumes. So she continues on and tells her, "Girl, don't pay no attention to these people. What the fuck they saying about you, girl?" Vanessa says, "What the world is Edna and Margaret babbling about now?" Oh, it's not just them, Anastasia says. And she kneels down, girl. So extra. That's why they say they think that Karen Huger was supposed to play this character. I hate to be the one to tell you, she says. But everyone is wondering what you are thinking, darling, consorting with an infamously suspicious character. And we've barely had time to forget how tragically recent your loss was. Here we go at the front of this damn country club in a brown, yellow leaf on these damn trees. I mean, the grass is a little, look like it needs some water on it because it's brown. It ain't green at all on the grass. But y'all need to make these trees look more fall now. All right, you can do that. Make it look more fall. Infamously suspicious character, Vanessa said. I think she's referring to May, Joey said. So he stands up and wants to shakes her hand, honey. She looks at his hand like it's a piece of like it's a rat. Joey Armstrong, he says, local businessman. And everybody's looking, honey. She's looking at him like she don't want to touch him with a 10-foot pole. She takes her pointer finger and her thumb and just like, I'll have that on the screen. Delighted to make your acquaintance, he said. I know only too well, she says, who the fuck you are. Your reputation precedes you, Mr. Armstrong. He says, well, that's fucking good, because that saves way so much time, honey. Ooh, that bitch says, Vanessa, I know that you've always been so weak-willed when it comes to men. Wow, so everybody knew about Vanessa's puss. Everybody. But really, girl, this one, everybody knew that Vanessa was fucking around. Girl, weak-willed? Vanessa says. Joey was like, news to me, honey. I mean, Anastasia says, everyone knows that Doug was gambling his life away at this man's casino, racking up debt, quitting Garland Memorial in disgrace, then drinking and driving, all because of him. She's looking at him. Oh, like how does Anastasia know all this shit and we don't even see her? This is like the second time we see her, right? And this is who the fuck you choose to parade around with? Anastasia is just dragging the hell out of her. Joy says, told to Vanessa. I told you, we were parading. No one is parading, Anastasia. Joey is a friend. Friends don't hold hands the way you two was doing right now, right before I walked the fuck up. Poor dear Doug must be posthumously appalled. Ooh, he said, especially if he knew that I had him killed so that I could have his wife all to myself. Ooh, you, Anastasia says, you. Joy was like, the cat got your tongue? Finally got your tongue. I refuse to waste my time on the likes of you. She walks away with her little self. He was like, hey, don't miss the eggs Benedict, babe. Joey? Oh, he said, oh, Vanessa, girl, you know I wasn't being serious. I just wanted to knock that old bat down a few pegs, he said. I'm sure he knows about her just as much as she knows about him. Everybody knows she is the town gossip. Of course, she says. Obviously. Thank you. You're welcome, he says. Did you not tell Joey Armstrong you and I are having an affair? We are back at the hole in the wall, and this is Haley fussing at her cuz. He was like, look, I had to. He saw your ass on the surveillance cameras. I told you to cut that shit off. I told you that, cuz. I did, he said. I mean, in here. That he clocked the damn one up out in the parking lot. Damn. So since I was here all alone and it was after hours, shit, I had to make up some kind of damn story. And us sleeping together was the first thing that popped into my head. That you were having sex with your cousin? Oh, look, okay, obviously, girl, I didn't tell him that we was cousins, okay? Okay, I really think that it's really weird. Us having sex was the first thought that you came to your head, Randy. Damn. I mean, don't be all like that. I mean, what the fuck was I supposed to tell the man? That I came by here to thank you for driving me to the hospital. Girl, y'all was there for a few hours, honey. That'd have been a long fucking thank you. Remember? That's how we were supposed to know each other, nigga. Tell Joey damn anything other than me cheating on my fucking husband. What if he tells Bill? I think I caught Randy looking in the camera, but we'll work through that. We're back at the law offices of Bill Hamilton and Associates. If you don't mind, Danielle, I have a really busy day ahead of me. He's so Bill, you was trash. All Danny got to do is push all that shit off the desk and he'd be ready to eat her alive. She was like, wait a minute, are you seriously kicking me out? Trust me, it's best for everybody. He said, look, now, after you came by the other night with the birthday gift, which I love, by the way, all right? Uh, got a lecture from Caroline. She made me realize that I was spending a little bit too much time being preoccupied with my ex-wife and taking my current wife for granted. So I made things right with Haley and I promised myself that I would keep my distance from you, which I managed to do until you just showed up right now. I agree. Even an infuriatingly broken clock can be right every once in a while. I believe the phrase is twice a day, he says. She's like, honey, you give yourself too much credit. You and I have been into each other's face a little too much lately. She sits down. Girl, why you sit down, Danny? Why you sitting? To be honest, Andre said something to me along those lines that very night. And I agreed to keep my distance from you. Then what are you doing here? He says. I need your help. You want to take a seat? Get yourself a drink? Keep looking at me in my half naked body? You can. We're back at what I call her house? The little palace? Yeah, the little palace. Danielle's house. Still ain't put that shirt on yet. He's talking to Pammy to see if he can entertain her while the wife's away. Nothing really naughty, of course. But I'm sure she don't mind the view. No, and no thank you. He was like, "Oh, so this is about the modeling thing, huh? If by that modeling thing you mean that once in a lifetime offer from Forrester Creations that I handed to Danny on a silver platter, then yes. I mean the modeling thing." And he's standing there just still like putting up the little yoga mat, still shirt over his shoulders, gold chain around his knee. That was an amazing opportunity for Danny and our agency. And yet you turned it down without a second thought. I didn't turn out anything, honey. Danny did, he said. Yes, that was Danny's mouth, technically saying the words. But she said them because of you. He finally puts his Nike shirt on. I know, he says. Danny said she turned down Forrester because she felt that she was the one doing all the taking and none of the giving in our relationship, which isn't the case. I mean, she's really done a whole lot for me in our time together. So more than I ever expected when we started out. We was just fucking, but that lady's been stepping it up. She went on to say that how we took vows that called for us to honor each other. And she felt that pressuring me to do something that I clearly did not want to do was the direct opposite. Hmm. Well, I get that. And I'm all for honoring one's partners and their wishes, no matter how unreasonable and career killing they may be. But the bottom line is, Danny turned down a very lucrative and prestigious contract just to make you happy. Right. So, look at you. You are an incredibly handsome man and you're not shy about it. So, why don't you like having your picture taken? Ooh. What's the problem here? Joey's not going to tell Bill. There's nothing in it for him to tell. We are back at the road. I'm not the road. Hole in the wall. That's what Randy tells his cuz. And plus, he ain't like one of these old damn Fairmont Crest folks just spreading gossip every damn where. That ain't Joey's stilo. I hope not. And I told Joey this so-called affair is all in your tiny mind. What? I said to him that you some guy named Sammy who gave me a ride to the hospital once. So wait a minute. So you made me sound like a delusional lying psycho. My priority here is not to make you look good. Like you could seriously get someone like me. Haley's in her faces. Ciao. But to keep Bill in the dark. She really like carried him, y'all. She kind of like dragged him, like you could really get somebody fine as me. You gonna let her just talk to you like that, Randy? I mean, anyway, he was like, well, so how's it going? You still keeping him in the dark. What's the G? He busted me checking out some property in St. Bart's. And I'm assume you charmed your way out of that, he said. Oh, you know it, honey. By the time I was done batting my eyes and twisting the truth, he agreed to buy my ass a beach house, baby. He put that shit in my name. Girl, you have elevated this business into an art, girl. The way you're working your latest husband? My last husband, she says. The bag, honey, the bag I expect to get from Bill Hamilton will set my ass up for life. And soon enough, his ass will be in the ground and we will be living large off that life insurance policy I cried him into buying. And not to mention the trust for the child that I never intended to have. I hope to God that Joey has another recording device in that fucking room that Randy has no idea about. Oh, I hope he does. I'm hoping that shit is like in one of those paintings. I'm hoping so because they are dropping way too much fucking tea in this room. I don't care if it's on that damn nasty ass poker table. I don't care if it's behind that bar. I don't care if it's on that light. Please, Joey Armstrong, please have another security camera in there recording each and every vowel and consonant in this fucking conversation. He just reminded her, like, look, cuz, remember to take that shit slow, all right? We don't want Bill's death to look suspicious. I mean, who you telling, honey? I know we're playing the long game here. Look, I am not going to screw this up by getting impatient or... Ugh. catching fucking feelings. Bill Hamilton, honey, will never had a hold on me the way he does on Danny. I mean, it's insane. The woman was a supermodel. Face on the cover of every magazine, had the world at her feet. And she walked away from all that shit. For what? Shit, Randy was like, love. Shit, please. Bill Hamilton, honey, ain't that fucking special. Damn, she dragging the fuck out of Bill. Damn. His old ass think he's stroking rich with that young cat girl. That bitch, ooh, she cold. She said no man is. Why is she so hurt like that? Come here, Haley. Hold my hand and tell me, why do you feel like that about men, honey? Do you like women? It's okay. But you really do hate men, don't you? I wonder why. Man, I just asked that. Randy was like, girl, who hurt you? I just said that. Man, I swear I don't be knowing these stories. She was like, I mean, who the fuck didn't hurt me? I made fast what men were worried, what were really about, and made sure love never came looking for a seat at my damn table. All right. And you know, all those damn years that Danny gave to Bill ended up not meaning a damn thing. Not when he had the chance to get up under Not when he had the chance to get me up under him. And you fucking know, the second I start to wrinkle or sag, he be off after another newer model. You know that shit. That's why, man, shit, I don't feel fucking guilty for what I'm doing to his ass. If I wasn't taking these guys for all their work, they be doing that shit to me. I will never, ever be Danny Dupree, and you're damn right about that, bitch. Shooting up weddings, throwing hands, breaking into people's houses. The woman lost her damn mind over some ridiculous fucking dick. And man, honey, and not me. When I tell you she talking her major shit, she is talking major shit. Not ever. As she sips her white, honey. Is it the girls? Oh, they're great. I'm here on Dupree Heritage Foundation business. We are back at the law offices of Bill Hamilton and Associates. And that is why Danny is there to help with this winter fest. He's okay. So how big of a donation is expected from a former son-in-law? And it depends on how big you want your name and how many people you want to see it. All right. I'll have my accountant cut a sizable check, for which I will expect prominent placement, preferably bold and italics. Can see what we can do, Danny says. But I was hoping to get a bit more than money from you. It is the 20th anniversary of Winterfest, after all, and you've been the MC from the start. Well, he says, after last year, I thought that was humiliating, she said. You've already announced your engagement, and we've already printed the programs. So that's when he wound up breaking up with her. Damn, at the winter, right before the winter. Damn, I don't know why I thought that they were well, we just started it in February, so wow, you's a trash. Oh, Bill Hamilton. And he says, and you excluded Haley because you thought you could win me back. That was the formerly needing me. And this year, he says, I don't need your ass, she says. But the event does, she says. He said, well, I would presume that the mic will be passed to Martin since I'm, no longer family, he says. You will always be my family, Bill Hamilton. As maddening as you can be and as dysfunctional as we may be together. So you're seriously asking me to take my usual place on the Winterfest stage? I can't imagine anyone else there. But then Anita asked you to MC, girl. Why you asking Bill? I swear I don't be knowing what the next lines are. He was like, so Anita and Vernon are okay with this? I'll handle my parents. Okay, Danny. Are you interested or not? He was like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Danny, damn. I'm touched. That's all. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting this, he says. See what a big person I could be? So let me get this straight. You thought you were pregnant. We are at the Y'all told me it was like the hospital cafeteria. I think that's what y'all told me. So I am not gonna be stressing about this damn restaurant that with all these leaves and flowers and trees and green matchas and stuff. Chelsea, Naomi. So you thought you were pregnant. Jacob got all excited. Turns out you weren't pregnant. You were relieved. Jacob was super disappointed. And so now things are all weird between you two because Jacob maybe wants kids, even though you did make it perfectly clear that you don't. Yeah, I'm seeing behind Chelsea's head. I'll take a picture of this. It says roof. It's given like where you can go to different places. So I guess that's where you can go when you want to go back to the hospital part, I guess. I mean, does that about sum it all up? Chelsea says. Pretty much, Naomi says. Chelsea was like, oh, okay, so what happens now? Jacob suggested that we go to couples therapy, Naomi said. But I think his ass is the one that needs a therapist. She's so mean. Where did this come from, y'all? That hair just got heavy and so did her attitude. Okay, we see some knuckles on Dr. Nicole Dupree Richardson's door. Oh, Nicole, hope it's okay. Your assistant said I can come in. Oh, hello, Jacob. We throw Nicole and Jacob, and everybody's on this show today. Okay, all right. Let's see what Jacob is gonna say to Nicole. She said, "Of course, it's fine. Come on in. As long as you're not here on official police business. Last time you dropped on me unexpectedly, it was to investigate me for assaulting Leslie Dom. I can't apologize enough for that," he said. Don't worry, she says. I know that you were just doing your job, darling. And I don't anticipate any more altercations with Leslie, physical or otherwise. She has very little reason to provoke me these days since Ted and I are officially divorced. I heard, he says. I mean, what do you even say to that? Oh, honey, there's nothing to say, girl. In the end, Ted and I couldn't do anything about it. Our marriage just couldn't survive. The gulf between us just got a little too wide. Jacob says, well, that's why I'm here. I don't want the same thing to happen to Naomi and me. I feel so sorry for Jacob. He looks so sad. Oh my God. Hey, come here, Jacob. You can put your head right here, boo. I got you. Oh. It sounds like you're looking for a therapist, Nicole says. Yeah, like I said, Naomi and I are in a really bad place. I understand, she says, but I do have to stop you right there. I can't treat you. It would be a conflict of interest. And Naomi being my niece, and obviously I consider you family, so but didn't she talk with Martin? Didn't she do that with him a little bit? All right. But I can refer you to someone who specializes in marriage counseling. Oh, he looks so sad. He says, I hear you. And I appreciate any help you can give me. So she texts him the name. Feel free to use my name, she says, when you make up your appointment. And he looks so sad. I mean, the music don't help either. His head went down. You can literally see the sadness on his face. Like I said, Nicole has no empathy, honey. She just, she don't see that at all. So he's about to get up. He's like, thanks, I got it. Say, thanks, Nicole. Jacob, and I cannot treat you as a therapist, but I would be happy to have a conversation with you as a friend if you think it'll help. Would that be cool? He says. And so she just pointed to the couch. So I'm happy because I was like, come on, Nicole. Come on, girl. You know I love you. We're back at the bird the bird cafe. That's Chelsea talking to her sissy. Okay, back to the show. Naomi was like, "Okay, you love me, but I know your next words are gonna make me doubt that, girl." It's just, I think that your attitude about Jacob needing the only one that needs therapy is a tiny bit harsh. So you blame me for all of this? Naomi says, I'm the one who made my position clear from the beginning. I know, but even though Jacob did go into the marriage knowing that you didn't want kids, something has obviously changed for him. Damn. There's nothing I can do about that. Her cold heart. Girl, you just like your auntie. Well, look, I know that you just think that this is a Jacob problem, Chelsea says. But you married him, and I assume that you still love him. So doesn't that make it a Jacob and Naomi problem? I didn't change. He did. Well, problem solved, Chelsea says. So put this one in the reject file for starter marriages and get on to being smarter than your next husband, huh? Yeah. Put that in the reject file, okay? For starter marriages, so when you get married again, then you won't make the same mistake. All right, sis? It's just hard, Chelsea, she says. Chelsea was like, yeah, it is. It is, I know. But when you have to be open to other people's feelings instead of just arguing them down. Is that what I'm doing here? Naomi says. Chelsea was like, bitch, yeah, a little bit. Maybe it's just your loyal reflexes. Or, look, maybe you should ask yourself, is it more important that you're right or that you work things out with Jacob and try to find a way that you can both be happy? You know, I hate when you're the reasonable one, Naomi tells her sissy. Ah, Chelsea was like, girl, well, I got to keep changing it up. I mean, she. Naomi said, marriage is just complicated, girl. Which is why you shouldn't be doing that shit in Las Vegas while you're drunk. That's a shade to their mammy. So we're back at the little palace, aka Danny's house, and oh, that outfit is to die for. Andre comes back out with his, he always has some type of print. You will never see Andre with all solids. It's a cute little red and black sweater, black, look like tee, jeans. He always be dapper. And it will look fabulous in a fashion shoot. I'm just saying. I'm assuming that you took your time selecting it so you wouldn't have to answer my question. I'm still here. There's no mystery, Pamela. I just don't want to be a model. That line was a little too rough, bro. Well, there's just not wanting to be a model, and then there's actively destroying someone else's. I'm sorry, okay? I'm just feeling a little protective when it comes to our girl. That's the theme here. Everybody calls everybody our girl. Danny called our girl when Chelsea was missing. Leslie called Eva our girl yesterday. And so now Pamela is saying that to Andre, our girl. He was like, no apology needed. I know that Danny tends to bring out the loyalty in people who really do love her. Bill Hamilton aside, he says. She was like, oh, please do not get me started on that man. It's real easy to be loyal to someone like Danny who puts her heart out there the way she does. I knew that she was going to be huge when I first met her for the first time backstage at a show. I mean, of course she was gorgeous, but there was this confidence that was rolling off that 17-year-old that's just, well, it really made an impression on me. I wish I could have seen her in action. Andre, I don't know what's going on with you. You're acting today, but it's cool, but it's not really extra. There was this one designer whose entire line looked like it was just designed to devour the models. Everything was huge, oversized. His concept was to say how fashion rules your life. So he picked the youngest, greenest models that he could find, thinking they would just fade into the woodwork, but not our Danny. Her eyes just blazed as she strode that monstrosity down the runway. And that was the only dress in the entire line that anyone ever remembered. That sounds like Danny all over, Andre says. I like to think that I discovered her, but she was a force from the very beginning. Yeah, he says her passion is damn dope. It's definitely incredible. The way she goes out for everything that she does. People should be knocking down her door. They playing the piano in the background. We're gonna see what he says. He still ain't gonna do it. I'm hoping that he changes his mind, but there's a reason why he don't want to be on no pictures. So Pam just schools him about the fact that people didn't want Danny. Well, when they wanted her, she had chose her family, and she said people back then have a very long memory. They don't forget no shit like that. And when they want you, and you turn them down, it you'd be really surprised if they want you again. Like I told y'all, when I was pregnant with my kid, when my kids were younger, my husband at the time, I wanted to somebody had wrote a part for me for a show to act. She wrote this specific part for me, and I was like, okay, I really didn't act, but I could sing. So talked to my husband at the time to see if it was okay that I could do it, and he was like, who can watch the kids? And that girl never came back to me again because I had to tell her I couldn't do it because I had, I chose to be a stay-at-home mom. But when I tell you, full circle moment, it can't, not that opportunity with that girl, but on one random day, me and my daughter met this wonderful lady who changed my life, and I've been acting ever since. So when your gifting is meant for you, honey, it's gonna follow you. It's gonna follow you, and it's gonna come back and present itself to you bigger and better than it ever did before. So never give up, honey. Please never give up on your dreams, because if you're still here, you're still inhaling and exhaling, it's going to find you. I promise. So Pam continues to tell him that this time, because she turned it down, it's going to really take a big hit to Danny. It could really damage her comeback. And he's looking like, oh. So he was like, that can't be right. Danny Dupree was one of the biggest names in the biz. She was like, a lot has changed, baby, since she's been on the runway, which is true. Back then, she wasn't taking pot shots at the bride, and her volatility has made her a curiosity. So people are liking this dangerous side of her. But if that weighs down, then they might not be looking for her like that, like that. So he was like, "Well, yeah, that's good." She says also that their shotgun crazy ass wedding made them media darlings, which is also good. And he looking like shit. I mean, she's pushing hard. She's like, that's why I'm really trying to push hard, because I don't want to have to be to tell Danny that her star has burnt out. Okay, well, we're back at Bill Hamilton, the law office of Bill Hamilton, Esquire. And so, yeah, let's see what they talking. So she tells Bill, like, now that he's going to be the MC, honey, that means that their fundraising goals are a whole lot more attainable. She probably didn't believe that she was able to do that. I guess she always felt that Bill, that was his space to do it. Besides, what will Winterfest be without you? Danny says. He says, well, that brings us to the tricky part. She's like, what's that? Will there be an invitation extended to my wife? Of course. As far as I'm concerned, Haley is always welcome. And Haley comes in and catches her talking to Bill, and she's smiling. Danny got this big ass fake smile. Well, isn't that big of you? Haley says, and she turns around like this bitch. Yeah. Back at the country club, and it looks like Vanessa is sipping on a Bloody Mary. Have y'all ever had that before? That tomato thick ass shit with the celery in it. I'm sorry that I upset you, Vanessa. Oh, with that lady, the Anastasia woman. That's what Joey tells Vanessa. Vanessa's sipping that old thick ass Bloody Mary. Ugh. She says, "It threw me for a millisecond, but I knew you were joking, Joey." It was a bad joke, he says, and I'm sorry, but there seems to be something clearly on your mind, he said. Anastasia and the rest only see you in one way, as a suspicious character, he says. And her coming over here like that shows that she only sees me in one light. So, as your helpless prey. Hardly helpless, he says. She's like, never helpless, honey. Like you, I'm a multifaceted person. I've worn many hats over the years: wife, mother, realtor, mistress, and been good at all of them. Okay, you a bitch, ain't you, girl? I'm sure all of your hats, he says, are equally becoming. But I do feel like where this is going, back to you being an important partner in my business, which you're gonna shut down again, she says. He was like, no, I'm not. Oh, I've been giving it a lot of thought, he says, and I think that I have the perfect spot for you in my organization. Oh, I like that. She says, what's that? He says that he is going to put her in charge of his escort business. I like that. Because she will be a true madam. I like that idea, y'all. I do. I like that. I do. I like that. I like that idea. He continues on and says, your enthusiasm is deafening, because she was shocked that his ass asked her to be the madam. And while he's having this conversation, we can see Anastasia sitting at the table where everybody always sits. Remember, Haley sat there, Eva. Whenever somebody's lonely, they're always sitting right there at that little corner table at the country club. I mean, I'll admit, Vanessa says, I was really hoping for something a little bit more exciting. Girl, it is exciting. He said he started from the ground up and he had to learn and grow as he, went along. He said that's how you gain the best expertise in any type of business, girl. He said, plus, this one is legal. She's more than qualified to run the escort arm of his organization. Is it legal? Girl. So, is this a take it or leave it proposition? She says. He was like, I didn't say that. He says, yes, it is. So while they're having this conversation, I love the angle that they're doing regarding their conversation while you have Anastasia like ear jocking in the background. I mean, is Anastasia and Shanice, are they cousins or something like that or twins? Because you know she taking it all in. You know she is. See, she said it. She says, then call me Madam Vanessa. He says, that makes you sound like some crappy ass TV psychic. Vanessa will be fine. No, you need another name, honey. I plan to show you how valuable I can be to any of your businesses. And you can see, you can't see a clear picture of Anastasia in the background, but you can tell that she like shifted her ear and her eyes and her vision to see what the fuck they talking about at their table. So he says, good. Well, I only have one condition. He says, don't fuck my employees. You can't be fucking smashing my employees. What do you mean? I was one of your top clients before I knew that you even owned Heart Attach. I'm so, is this condition your jealousy talking, Joey? He was like, it's just good business. That's all it is. You think of it as like you don't get high off your own supply. Oh, look at that. We see Diego. We ain't seen him in so long. Everybody come back from the family reunion. Hey Diego. So damn, Joey tells us that just so that she knows that Diego is one of their most popular escorts. I had no fucking idea that Diego was oh. And he's there back there talking to one of the ladies. Wow. Joey tells us that he only suggested, well, he tells Vanessa, but us too, that he only suggested that Diego work there as a trainer in order for him to attract higher end clientele. Man, I like stuff like this. It's like playing in our face. I love it. She's like, Diego is an escort? He was like, you sound surprised. But he was really feeling Vanessa though for a little bit. He was. He might have probably dropped that escort shit if she would have given him a chance to be, deep in like well, Doug was still alive, so but damn. I'm just shocked. Ooh, Joey was like, you fucked him enough times. You must be able to vouch for his damn skills. Ooh. Vanessa said she never paid. Joey was like, what? You didn't? Diego should have been charging you for his fucking time instead of indulging in the occasional freebie. She never paid. She never paid. That means you owe me. Oh God. Are you kidding me, Joey? She was like, wait a minute, you are billing me retroactively? He talking about better late than never. So, should we head back to my place so that I can start working off my debt? Ah, he says, man, there's nothing I would love more. But he has to take a rain check. Casino business calls. Oh, already. No, she's already left. Maybe he'll go there and look at some video footage. He thanks her again for breakfast, and she was like, "See you later, partner." And as he leaves and gets up, and he just stands in the middle of the casino, just staring Anastasia down. She looking at him like, "What the fuck you want?" Then he put up his little pow pow fingers and looks at Francesca and like, pow. And she looking like she's appalled. Vanessa wants to giggle up a storm. Now her twist out is cute now. When she was up here before, her hair was more lighter. I like that her hair is so beautiful. She has beautiful hair. My hair used to be like that until I just got tired. Having natural hair is such a chore. It is. It's such a chore. But she got little baby hairs. She's a grandmammy. I remember her talking about this on one of those interview shows. She's been acting. She does a lot of films and movies and stuff. I forgot who she initially auditioned for, but they said that her energy and her look would be more fitting for this particular role. But I have a feeling you might see more of her. Yeah, I know some tea. Y'all just got to wait and see. Look, I understand and I respect your position, but personally, I just don't get what the big deal is. We're back at the little palace, aka Danny's house. With Pammy still trying to figure out what's going on with Andre, why he don't want to be taking no pictures. Like in front of the camera, not behind. It's just posing for a few photographs, Andrea. I mean, come on. What could be the harm in that? He taking a big deep breath. Y'all not gonna take us back to a memory of his like y'all did with Martin? Come on now. Y'all got to take us back there now. I've been so caught up, honey, in my own shit. I haven't even really focused on Mom's Quickies Vegas wedding. We are back with the sisters at the Bird Cafe. And that's what Naomi was telling Chills. In fact, I basically kicked Andre out of her house the other day just so that I can talk to her alone. Ooh, that sounds rude, Chelsea says. Naomi was like, girl, I didn't mean to be. But I'm sure that it gave him the impression that I disapprove of their relationship. I don't know who's the perfectionist here. Is it Jacob or Naomi? Because she really acts like her shit don't stink. So Chelsea was like, do you agree? I wouldn't say that, Naomi says, but our mother does tend to make impulsive decisions. And then she digs her heels in and refuses to admit she made a mistake, just like you, sweetie. Oh, wait a minute. So you do think that their marriage is a mistake? That's what Chelsea says. Okay, I'm looking at the directory behind her head, and I'll have a picture up here. It says information, a place to when done cooking, cafe fixins, book it, roof bar, restroom. It's, I know y'all say this is a hospital calf. Okay. That remains to be seen, Naomi says. Look, I just don't want Mom to get hurt again. That's all. The way she was when Dad dumped her ass for Haley. Danny, to what do we owe the pleasure? We are back at the law offices of Bill Hamilton and Associates. Haley, I really like that dress now. That I love me a off the shoulder shit. Here I am like stretching my shirt so I can stretching my neck so it can show my down shoulder. Like y'all can see the shit. But I love me a good off the shoulder. I do. That's cute. And this animal print, I really do like. And Haley got the fucking body for it. She has the body. I will say this is one of the few outfits that I like. She still looks dressed like a mob boss, and her and Bill are kind of dressed alike a little bit with his dark suit and white shirt and paisley tie. The paisley does match, a little bit in her outfit, but I that's one of the few outfits that I like her in because the first month, 3 months or so, they had her ass always greased in some damn pleather pants. I was just leaving. Danny says, "Oh, girl, don't rush off on my account." Uh, what's her name? Haley says, "Thank you for the money bill, honey. I will be in touch with you with the rest." Ta-time. Why are you giving her money? And what is the rest of it? So that's after Danny leaves. Haley is in his ass about why is he giving her money. Didn't her ass get enough in the divorce? Look, I'm making a donation to the Dupree Heritage Foundation, all right? I trust it's not a problem. Of course not, she said. It's your money and you can just spend it any way you like. I just wanted to make sure that Danny wasn't trying to take advantage of your generosity. He said it ain't likely, honey. With the money she made with modeling and the divorce settlement, her future inheritance, and her investment portfolio, baby. Danielle, Dupree, Hamilton, Richardson, honey, is set for life. Well, I do appreciate you looking out for me, baby. Well, it's my job to take care of you, Dad. And I promise I will. Okay, so Danny gets home and Andre he took a swallow of some coffee and then he wiped his mouth like he was kind of uncomfortable about something. So she walks in all smiling and curls just popping and dropping and stuff. Hey baby, I missed you when you left this morning. I missed you more. They give each other mwah. Okay, I need to tell you something right off, she said. He was like, what did you do now? I went to Bill's office. I know that we've been talking about keeping our distance from him, and I have, but this was for charity. I was purely there to raise money for the Dupree Heritage Foundation. Hope you got a big enough donation, he said. She says, oh, I did. In the interest of full disclosure, he was like, I also asked Bill for something else. Danny wants you to MC at her fucking stupid party? We're back at the law offices of Bill Hamilton and Associates with the Haley asking Bill that. Bill was like, baby, it's charity event, girl. I've MC'd the shit for decades, and the fact that Danny and the Duprees want me to stand in that role despite everything that happened, that's a big fucking deal. And Danny was very clear, and she made it very quick that you were invited as well. I mean, duh, I should think so. I mean, I am your wife, ain't I? And I couldn't be happy about that. Mwah. Listen, I have to stay here a little bit and take care of some stuff before I take you to lunch. Okay? Oh, what? Why don't we order in instead? What about that Italian place? Oh, that carbonara reminds me of our honeymoon. Yeah, I do still feel terrible about the fact that we had to cut our trip short because of business. Babe, there'll be plenty of time for travel in our many years together. You know what? I promise, baby, when my schedule permits, I'm going to take your pretty ass back to Rome. Show you all the rest of the sites. Maybe we can go back to the Basilica of St. Mary. She talking about developing feelings. I think that she will. I think that she will. I don't know, but I think that she will. I don't think that she's gonna not want to kill him though, but she is gonna get some feelings for him. Because whenever somebody say develop feelings, that's when you develop fucking feelings. Then you get a chance to put your hand in the Boca della Vita. Is that how you said it? Boca della Vidita. Boca della Vita. Ha ha ha! You think it's so funny that didn't want to put my hand in that stupid statue's mouth. A mouth of truth indeed. Look, I promise when we go back to Rome, I'll do it. Unless you can think of better things I can do with my hands. Oh, I can indeed. Bleh. What I tell y'all, like I said, I'm the most. Oh, I said that last video. Y'all already know. I even before we knew about her tea, I just didn't feel the sexual tension between them. It's just, I, mm. And he says, and besides, legend had have it about that damn statue. It'll only bite your fucking hand off if you're lying, which means you ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm looking at her like, yeah, right. Like I told you back then, baby, you are the most honest person I know. Ooh, I can't not wait until they find out the truth, girl. I tell you, she got this little batty eyes. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure of that. Real big smile. Talk about a marriage that's a mistake. We're back at the Bird Cafe, honey, with the sisters. That's chills. Honey, Naomi says the most famous black phrase, and any black person know. I wouldn't trust Haley's ass as far as I can throw her. But she does seem to make dad happy. But I do feel bad though. I accused her of lying about her pregnancy, and mom said when Haley was miscarrying, she came out of the bathroom, honey, covered in blood. You can't fake that. Well, you could. It'd just be pretty complicated. I have a feeling we finna see Randy and damn Joey at the casino. Complicated, Naomi says. It seems to be the word of the day, babe. I'm sure that you and Jacob will figure out how to work out your problems. This show is almost over. We haven't even picked up with Nicole and Jacob. Because y'all squoze everybody in this episode. They had Danny and Pammy and who else? Andre and Chelsea and Naomi and Bill and Haley and Randy and Joey and Vanessa and Anastasia. That's everybody. And the two people in the background and Diego. That's like 12 people. They squoze everybody in this particular episode. Oh, she says she really do hope that they work things out because she does love him. That's good to know. But girl, you keep treating him like shit. He gonna find somebody else to buzz in. I know, Chelsea says. And Jacob knows that too. Listen, if there's anything that you need, I'm always here for you. I'm happy that she finally did tell her sister. Because she told Ashley first. But I'm happy that she had a chance to sit down and tell Chelsea. Well, except right now, girl, because I have a meeting with Kat. That's fine, Naomi says. Girl, I have a ton of work to do. Now, even her jeans is cute. Let me see what Chelsea got on. It's cute. I mean, in the front, they look like regular jeans, but in the back, there's a little peplum right on the top. Okay, y'all better do these jeans. I love her jacket because it's blinged out. So I love you. I love you too, sis. How cute. Y'all is just doing it. All right, so thank God we're at with Nicole and Jacob. Well, I can't deny that this is a tough situation. Naomi seems adamant about not wanting kids, and you seem like you came to the realization that you do. Now, Nicole, why are you sitting there with your split up? Girl, Why is you sitting there with your legs crossed and that skirt all the way up to, sitting there with your family member, honey? Mm, okay. I mean, I know ain't nothing happening. I'm just y'all already know I noticed the little things. Her split is like all if you sitting down, especially if it's a family member through definitely through marriage, you're gonna try to fix your split to make sure that it's covered up. No shit. Hers is almost to her fucking thigh. Y'all see it right there on the screen? Yeah, and I'm the one that changed my position. I can't expect for Naomi to do a full 180 and decide she want to have children. But where the fuck does that leave us? Well, I'm going to make a suggestion, and I know it's going to sound completely inadequate. All right, go ahead. This desire to be a parent is new for you. I'm wondering if you're dreaming about having a little boy, teaching him to play ball, all of those kinds of things. Yeah, of course. But I wouldn't mind being a girl dad too. Oh, Jacob. Child, we have another view of these legs all in front of Jacob. Child, girls, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you sitting in front of somebody that's, I guess she's looking at him like he's family, but girl, you would girl, okay. She tells him that maybe he needs to volunteer working with kids, like the foster care system or something like that. Or maybe be a part of a Big Brother program, which would probably help satisfy that need. I never thought about that. I thought about adoption, but that would have involved her. But him volunteering his time with kids and with Isaiah, get ready to teach at Banneker University. I don't think he wanted big kids like that. Them old ass college smart ass kids. But yeah, I think that that'll be good if they bring like a little boy in there and let that be his balance of feeling like he's doing something, tapping into that fatherhood side. We found out that Kat's boyfriend Tomas, he volunteers with them. So she says there's plenty of kids who needs mentoring, and Jacob would be a good mentor. Yeah, that's true. I do realize that mentoring is nowhere near parenting, and I understand all too well the desire to want a child, and she definitely does. But if you go hands on with actual children first, the yelling, the crying, the disobedient kind, it might tamp down your urges, which is true. So you pick the most baddest ass child. Then let's see how you're gonna feel about wanting to be a pappy. I don't think so. She was like, well, it might not, but it will give you and Naomi time to assess your situation. And then you can see what will actually make you both happy. I appreciate the advice, Nicole, and I do appreciate you listening. But I won't take up any more of your valuable time. Please do reach out to the therapist that I recommended, and I will tell you from firsthand experience the stress of trying to have a child damaged my own marriage. Wow, that's deep. This particular scene was the way that they shot it was it it had a different feel to it. It felt like it was like a PSA a PSA something. I don't know. It didn't feel like soap opera. It felt very informative, or like we were the ones getting the advice from her instead of him. It didn't it felt okay, but it didn't feel soap opera to me. Y'all know I'll be looking with my creative eye. Don't judge me. Yep, she says irrevocably her marriage, it ruined her marriage, just the stress of trying to have a child. So yeah, 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 yeah. That will happen, honey. That will definitely happen. Hey, what are you doing here? We're back at the Bird Cafe, and so Naomi asked Jacob, "What the fuck are you doing here?" I heard you making plans with Chelsea this morning before you left. Oh, honey, I hope I wasn't too loud. Didn't want to disturb you. So you was listening to my conversation. I'm just kidding. You could never, he says. I just left your Aunt Nicole's office. Really? She says. Yeah, I took your suggestion to heart that maybe I'm the one who should do therapy. She would not be my therapist, of course, but I figured she'd be a good place to start. So she gave me the name of somebody I could talk to. Okay, I'm looking at some more of the stuff on this sign. A place to wine, done cooking. I'm just looking at the stuff on the sign. Okay, because Chelsea's hair was too big. Jacob ain't got no hair, so okay, all right. And he says he's gonna make an appointment. Yay, Jacob. I think that's a good idea, she says. Maybe I could come with you. Oh, he said, really? Why do I want to cry? She was like, yeah, if you're okay with that. He's like, yeah, I don't know. It's about him. He just looks so sad today. Shar, calm the fuck down, okay? Why are you crying over this man who want to be a pappy and she don't? Oh my goodness, y'all. I really have tears in my eyes. He's willing to get counseling to deal with his need of what he wants. It's just so rare that bros be wanting to do that. They don't be wanting to share their shit with nobody. They don't like to be vulnerable. Thank God, my baby, he he will he always shows his vulnerable side. But I just think that it's so sweet. It's so sweet. Like I said, that scene with him and Nicole, there was no music playing. It was just them talking. And it was like a moment. You had to listen to them to understand what was going on, and that it wasn't fluff. You know how all the other scenes, you got music playing and stuff like that. That particular scene was so quiet, like you had to listen to their conversation. Because a lot of men ain't going to go get no therapy. I ain't saying all men, but a lot of men don't feel comfortable. They always feel like it's a shrink, or that they have all the answers. And unfortunately, we've put that pressure on them. A lot of women have. So I like that it was a very quiet but very attentive scene. But the fact that he looked so, stop it, Sean. He looked so excited when she said that she would go with him. He was like, "You would?" I mean, because he has played sad on this particular episode. Right before Nicole said, "You want to talk to me as friends?" His face just looks so sad. Girl, that's just a character, but he just touched my heart today. He touched my heart. Now she just added more icing to the cake. She was like, I was just thinking maybe couples therapy isn't such a bad idea after all. Girl. And he looks so happy. Oh. Okay, now we're back at we're at the okay, wait a minute. We are at the country club and we see Anastasia at the table and we hear Diego. Diego looked like he lost some weight because I thought he was bigger than that when we first saw him months ago. He tells Anastasia, I'll see you tonight. So yeah, she's a client, baby. She's like, I can't wait. Vanessa goes over to her table, making plans with Diego. What? Anastasia says. Oh, yes. She puts her wine down on the table. He's gonna teach me how to play with his pickle. I'm sorry. He's gonna teach me how to play pickleball. Pickle with his balls. Vanessa, me and you are twins. She's like, more like hide the pickle. Am I right? Where's he gonna hide that pickle at, girl? Where's he hiding that pickle? I beg your pardon, Anastasia said. Oh, Vanessa says, does he make you beg? Oh, honey, he never did with me, Vanessa says. And then Anastasia's like, Vanessa, I don't know what you are suggesting, but I'm not suggesting anything, Vanessa said. I'm just letting you know, honey. Diego works for me now. So you may want to be careful how you speak to me. And Joey. In other words, be more discreet, bitch, from now on. Girl, you know how people talk around here. They just love to talk. Have fun tonight, girl. When I tell you, Vanessa tapped the thing out and walked out. I love that moment. That was great. Today was a great show. Okay, we're back at the hole in the wall. Joey comes in with his diabolical black, and we see Randy sitting at the table on the laptop. Hey, boss man. Hey, boss man. That's what he said. I wanted to clarify a little misunderstanding we may have had. You know what I'm saying? About, Joey says, about the conversation we had about Bill Hamilton's wife. Yeah. Oh, the one you're having a passionate affair with. Why do you say passionate, Joey? Why just can't she be like just having an affair? Yeah, Randy says. Well, not exactly. See, she came to thank me for taking her to the hospital. Well, all that talk about the two of us hooking up, well, yeah, I made that shit up. Yeah. I just wanted to impress the boss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Joy was like, I see. I mean, is that it? What do you mean? Randy says. Joey was like, you sure you're not trying to cover up for some other fucking reason why you're meeting here with Haley Hamilton after hours? Oh, come on, Joey. What other reason could there be? Randy says. Uh-oh. What is Joey going to say? Okay, he says he has no damn idea, but he will figure that shit out. That's why y'all asses don't need to be meeting there anymore. Go to some fucking alley. Okay? Go to Randy's house. Where the fuck he living at? All right? Go sit in the car. Do that. He said he gonna figure that shit out eventually. Damn, I thought this was over with. Now we got one last scene with Haley. Remember she said she's gonna order her. Well, we were at the law offices, Bill Hamilton and Associates. So she's ordered him some damn food, and they got 2 drinks, and so here she go now, dropping some of that shit again in his drink for him. Now I like that ring now, bitch. I love that ring now. She got her little nails done. Okay. I like God. Y'all don't know I like gaudy shit. I'm a gaudy girl. I like that ring. Now we not. They probably. I have to take a picture of it and see what Chat GPT can show me. So she put 2 drops in there, put it back down to her titas, and he comes in there. Oh, she couldn't put the top on fast enough, bitch. Well, it's not quite Rome, he says, but it'll do. Being together is what matters. So she gives him his cup. I agree. So she gives him the tea. He was like, baby, damn, you and this fucking tea. What? It's good for you, Bill. Drink up. So he drinks a good gulp of it, honey. She looking at him like, this motherfucker, you better die, nigga, die. And that is the end of episode number 165. That was cool. That was dope. I really liked everything. They squirrels everybody in this damn episode. But this was a good episode. I love the Vanessa. I love the what's his name? What's his name? Jacob. Ooh, girl. Child. Don't y'all be coming for me. Y'all know aunties are softy. Told you I got the mouth of a man, but the heart of a woman. Anyway, let me go ahead and get this done. Again, we're gonna try to see what we can do. But these pictures, like I said, I saw certain things that I wanted to just drop in there for your viewing pleasure. And I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Bye.